What are you picking from the teamy supporters of the Blackstars? Is it mixed feelings? Is it anticipation? Is it great expectation?
Yeah, so right now, since the sacking of Ghana's coach, CK Akonnor, a lot of people were actually expecting the sacking of coach CK Akonnor because of the performances that he has put. He had a 44.4% winning rate since taking over the reins as the head coach of the Blackstars, which is actually not good if you take the country Ghana being a footballing nation, which was actually not good. So he had to be fired, and he also had certain problems. Many people said the players didn't believe in his system, and some of the players even spoke to some journalists and also spoke to some FA officials that they didn't believe CK Akonnor could really do the work, and that was all what informed the decision to sack CK Akonnor. So since he was sacked, it was a bit expected. So since he was sacked, a 3-member committee was set up to try and find Ghana a new coach within 72 hours, and that 72 hours elapsed this afternoon.
So where's George Boateng standing in this matter?
So when the delegations were set, so rumors started coming about people who were being considered, and we heard that George Boateng had been contacted by this 3-member committee to try and see if he can take over the affairs.
Do we know the 3-member committee?
The 3-member committee is made up of Randy Abe, Dr. Randy Abe, who is part of the EXCO of the GFA, and also the vice president of the GFA, Mark Addo, and also I can't remember the third name. Sorry, okay. I can't remember. So, but they were the 3-member committee who were supposed to find the coach of the Blackstars.
What was the engagement with George Boateng?
So they were engaging George Boateng to actually come and see if he could be an assistant, because before, when CK was employed, he was being considered to come and be one of the assistants of CK Akonnor, but the negotiations couldn't go on well, so he couldn't come back to be an assistant. So this time too, he was being considered, because if you look at his coaching career so far, he's not really coached a huge team or had a head coach role. He's been assistant at English Premier League sides. He's been an assistant at Newcastle before, when they were in 2016, when they were about to go for relegation. He's been an assistant at Aston Villa. Currently, he's an assistant. He is under 18 coach. He coaches the under-18 side of Aston Villa, and he has also coached the under-13 side of Blackburn Rovers. So he's really not had the experience of coaching, being the head coach of a huge team and facing that pressure. So
what was his playing career like? What would you say?
He played mainly in the Netherlands and in England. Mm-hmm. He played in the Netherlands, he played teams like Feyenoord. He played Feyenoord in Netherlands. In England, he played Aston Villa. He played Middlesbrough. That's where he really played. In Middlesbrough, he played a lot of matches over there for them. So that was his playing career, and he played for the Netherlands national team. Although he was born in Ghana, he was born in Ghana. He's a Ghanaian, but he naturalized and played for the Netherlands national team.
I see. So he's out?
Yeah. So for now, he didn't. So reports that we are getting was that when he was offered the assistant position, he didn't accept it. He wanted the head coach, and they didn't believe he was ready for that yet. So that wasn't given to him. So he's out.
So as of tonight, he's out?
Yes, he's out.
Okay. Let's see who is next. Otto Addo. Tell us about him.
So Otto Addo, born in Germany. His whole playing career, football career, and now coaching career has been in Germany. He was born in Hanover, and he has played clubs like Hannover 96, Hangover, and he has also played Borussia Dortmund, where he had a lot of playing time. Borussia Dortmund. Currently, he's the assistant coach of Borussia Dortmund. That's what he is. And his coaching career, he has coached teams like Nordsjælland in the distance, but he was assistant.
Nordsjælland where?
Nordsjælland in Denmark. Mm-hmm. Nordsjælland but he was assistant coach over there. He wasn't head coach. He has also never had a head coach role. He's always been assistant. Like currently, he's an assistant coach of Dortmund. And even before this year, where he became a major assistant, he was really assistant responsible for training skills, like improving the skills of players. Mm-hmm. So that was his specialty. So if a player had challenge with a certain skill, he was responsible for honing that skills and improving the player's skills. So that was mainly his responsibility at Dortmund until this year, where he was made an official, and he is now part of the coaching staff, an assistant coach of Dortmund. So he was also contacted to probably come and take over the job. But the report that we heard was that when he was contacted, he spoke to CK Akonnor, who he knew in Germany, because they all played in Germany. He spoke to CK Akonnor, and CK Akonnor explained how the things when he didn't feel confident that there will be job security when he takes the job. So he declined taking the job. So that's the reports.
That's an interesting piece of gossip. So,
yeah.
So when he was contacted, he wanted to find out from his friend CK Akonnor.
Yes, he went to find out.
That they're asking me to take your job.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, and he explained things to him how the job is, and he didn't think he would be able to work in such conditions. So
after he heard the explanation.
Declined. Yes, please.
I see. So he declined.
So he declined.
So we are left with a good old
Milovan
Rajevac.
Yes. So Milovan Rajevac, the pinnacle of his coaching career has really been with Ghana. He has really not had a successful coaching career with other teams. He's coached teams and also coached some national teams. His pinnacle, he was appointed, he came into Ghana in 2008 after Ghana failed to host and win the African Cup of Nations. So Coach Claude Leroy was fired and the team was given to Salah Stete temporarily to coach. Then he was hired in and brought in to be the substantive coach of the Blackstars in 2008. So he managed to qualify Ghana for the World Cup in the 2010 World Cup, and also qualified Ghana for the African Cup in 2010, and also led the local Blackstars to the first CHAN tournament, which was held in Ivory Coast. He led Ghana to the finals of that tournament. He was the head coach of the local Blasters, and that was the first tournament that he participated in with Ghana, and he led Ghana to the finals of that tournament, but Ghana lost in the finals to DR Congo.
So he was with us in World Cup South Africa?
Yes, he
qualified us to World Cup?
Yes, he qualified us to World Cup South Africa. In fact, at that time, Ghana was the first country in Africa to qualify for the World Cup because we won our first 4 matches, which means that we had an 100% record and became the first African country, apart from South Africa then, who were the hosts. Yeah. So they had automatic qualification. So Ghana became the second African country to qualify for the World Cup then. So he took Ghana to the World Cup. First, he took Ghana to Angola 2010, the African Cup of Nations, and Ghana had a depleted team. A lot of the huge stars going into that tournament were not around. Suleiman Tari was injured. John Mensah was not around. A lot of our big guys, like Kingston and even Michael Essien, came for the tournament. But in our first game against Ivory Coast, he also got injured. And so he relied on a lot of youngsters, especially some youngsters who won Ghana the Under-20 World Cup in 2009 in Egypt. Youngsters like Ajiman Bedu, Andre Ayew, Samuel Inkum, Jonathan Mensah. So he relied on those young players, and also Kodjo Asamoah. Kodjo Asamoah was also part of that team, and led by Asamoah Gyan, they were able to get Ghana to the finals of Angola 2010, when many people at the beginning of the tournament didn't believe Ghana could reach that far, because in our first game in that tournament, we lost 3-1 to Ivory Coast. But he was able to come back. We beat Burkina Faso. In that tournament, we were in the same group with Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, and Togo. And that was the incident where some rebels attacked Togo when they were on their way to Angola for the tournament. So Togo withdrew from the tournament. So we became 3 teams in that group. And so he beat Burkina Faso in our last game, and that qualified us, beat the host nation Angola in the quarterfinals, beat Nigeria in the semifinals, and we went to the finals where we met Egypt, and Egypt beat Ghana 1-0. So we couldn't win that.
Since then, that's our best performance in African Cup of Nations.
No, Avram Grant also took us to the finals against Ivory Coast, and we lost on penalties to Ivory Coast. Avram Grant,
that's more recent, yeah.
Yes, and we lost on penalties. So after that, he took us to the World Cup in 2010, and also in the World Cup, won his first game against his home country, Serbia. And then in his second game against Australia, drew 1-1, and his last game against Germany, he lost 1-0 to Germany. And if you to be able to see how competent or how good he was at that time, the German manager at that time, Joachim Löw, who later won the World Cup, when he was interviewed after that World Cup on the most difficult game that he played in that World Cup, he said the Ghana game was the most difficult game because in that particular game, he made 12 tactical changes during the game. He made 12 tactical changes when it was becoming very difficult to score against Ghana. And if Germany had even drew that game, they would have been eliminated from that tournament. And he said when he made that 12 tactical changes, Milovan Rajevac also reacted with 12 tactical changes. And that made things very difficult for him. So he's very tactically competent. And at that time, he was really at A game. And one thing...
What has he been doing since he left Ghana?
So since he left Ghana, one thing is that he didn't leave Ghana. He left Ghana. He didn't leave on a good note.
Was he fired?
He wasn't fired. His contract elapsed. He didn't leave on a good note. So after the World Cup, his contract was coming to an end, and the GFA were trying to extend his contract, but he was relaxed. He wasn't in a hurry to extend the contract. So he waited until his contract expired, and then he went to sign a new contract in Saudi Arabia with a club called Al Hilal. So he wasn't fired, but he didn't leave on a good note.
Okay, so he went to coach Al Hilal.
Yes, in Saudi Arabia, a club over there. So when he went there, things didn't go on well. So he left there too and went to Qatar. He went to coach the Qatar national team too. Things didn't go on well for him over there too. And he has gone to Algeria. He's coached Algeria too, but Algeria, he didn't even take long. He coached for only 2 matches, and that's why he resigned. So for about 2 years now, he's not been active. And that has been one of the problems that those who are not in support of hiring him have said. When the 3-member committee took his name, the reporter again that when his name was taken to the executive council of the GFA, many people looked at the fact that he has not been active for a very long time, and they became concerned that probably he would have lost some tactical or this thing since he has been since he has not been active for 2 years. So that has been the problem, and that is what has delayed the announcement. That is what we are hearing. That is what has delayed the announcement. Another coach who was also considered was Hervé Renard.
Yes,
Hervé Renard was the favorite. He was the one that the GFA really wanted to hire because he also has a history with Ghana, and he also wants to take the Ghana job. He has always wanted to take the Ghana job. In an interview, he said, with Timitrice Juliet Bewa, he said he has unfinished business in Ghana that he wants to come and finish. So he was ready to take the job.
So what happened to him? He asked for too much money?
Yes, he's right now he coaches Saudi Arabia national team, and he is on a salary of $100,000 a month. And so that was the salary that if Ghana wanted him, at least we should have met that salary, $100,000 a month. So after the committee did their calculations, if they were to give him 2 years contract, the money would have been in the excess of $2 million for that 2 years, and they saw that it wasn't reasonable, it wasn't something that they could meet. So that was what caused them to drop him.
Well, this is the point I make all the time about digital migration. Blackstars can raise $2 million from television. If you play a friendly match with Nigeria, and that friendly match, you and I have to pay 5 cedis to watch it, and 10 million Ghanaians pay 5 cedis to watch that one single game. There's something on the internet there. Cristiano Ronaldo was celebrating 8 million viewers for his second debut game against Newcastle. All those 8 million television viewers paid to watch the game. And so we should be able to pay the coach 100,000 from television, from T-shirt sales, from all of those
Some
things.
are even suggesting that the 25 million that the sports minister is trying to raise for the World Cup campaign,
at least you can put 2 million aside for that.
Out and taking.
Hoping that is a very good coach. The point I'm making is that we are not harnessing our resources well. That's what we talk about all the time. We are not really harnessing our resources well in this country. Okay, so we wait to see what happens.
So right now, Milovan Rajevac is the front runner
get
now.
it.
He's the front runner.
But if he doesn't get it, in case the executive committee feels strongly about this lack of activity for a long time, he doesn't get it. Is there another search going to be done, or?
Yes, probably. There's going to, but what we are thinking right now is that they probably have options already available. That if MILO is not able to get it, because we also heard right now that they are still trying to convince the ministry about his salary. We are hearing he will be taking $45,000 a month.
MILO wants $45,000.
Yes, $45,000 a month. So that's what they are trying to.
Renan was 100,000.
100,000. And our past expatriate, which was Avram Grant, he was taking 50,000.
What was CK Akonnor taking?
CK Akonnor was taking $25,000 a month.
Which they didn't pay for a long time.
He's owed a lot of salaries. So he's taking 45,000. So they are trying to iron that out with the ministry and also get a consensus before the announcement is made. So right now he's the front runner. About 70% confirmed that he will be the next Blackstars coach, but we still await the announcement.